It is 7 o'clock. Everyone ready? Call to order the meeting of the Minnehaha Creek Watershed District Board of Managers, January 9th, 2020. You know, I always have to look at the date because I've said the wrong one in the past sometimes. No member of the public here. On the agenda approval, we'll be deleting item 11.2. Are there any other changes? Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Manager Olson, second by Manager Maxwell. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? On the consent agenda, we have approval of the December 19th board minutes and 5 consent items. 2000-1 is approval of the 2020 depository of district funds. We have 02, which is approval of the official newspaper. 03, approval of the fee schedule. 04, authorization to close Alaris bank accounts. And 05, selection and authorization to contract for government relations. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Full approval.
Manager Miller, is there a second?
Second.
Manager Rognus, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Earlier this week, together with Mr. Heyman, Mr. Whisker, Mr. Smith, I sat down with Commissioners Green and Callison, gave them an update on 325 Lake Road, and talked about some of our climate adaptation activities, and I think they were satisfied with our report. And in the next week or two, our committee chairs and I will be sitting down to talk about workflow and planning out the committee work for 2020, or at least the beginning of the year. That is my report. And Manager Loftus, Operations and Programs.
Thank you. We met this evening on 2 items. I think all the managers were present, but for the public's knowledge, we had a update on the 325 Lake Road vision that staff is updating with our partners, and then also the process going forward, and had a good discussion about roles and what process we might go forward with versus the one that we ended last year with Kraus Anderson. So that will be coming back to the board. And then we also discussed Wasserman Lake Park interpretive signage plan, which was an impressive plan that the staff worked with the designers and our consultants on, and I think they'll be moving forward on getting budget numbers together, and the timing of that looks like we're well on schedule with those improvements. The signage should be on time and look good.
Thank you.
Yep.
The meetings for the remainder of the month are listed in the agenda together with assignments. Manager Olson to CAC and Manager Hejmati to Metro Mod. And then we move to the first item of business, which is election of board officers and appointments of committee assignments. And as you know, officers can be elected by nomination or by motion.
Move the nomination of Sherry White as president.
Second.
Discussion, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion on or nomination on vice president?
Move Manager Olson for vice president.
Second.
Manager Maxwell, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Treasurer.
Move Manager Loftus for treasurer.
I'll second that. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And secretary.
I move Manager Rognus for secretary.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Manager Maxwell, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Thanks for all your wonderful years as treasurer. Looking forward to working with Manager Loftus. No, don't leave, don't leave. Well, that was our only action item tonight, so we'll go on to the discussion item and call on Ms. Damjancic for the Big Island Nature Park Improvement Update. President White, again. Yeah.
and fellow managers. Tonight, staff is bringing item 12.1, Big Island Nature Park Improvements Update. The following is outlined for the presentation. First, staff will provide some historical context for Big Island Nature Park and the district's involvement in its acquisition and long-term maintenance. Then we will revisit the concept plans which preceded the current design plans. Staff will step through proposed improvements to the park and their conformance with the easements and the management plan, and then we will end with next steps. Big Island Nature Park is a 56-acre property on the east end of Lake Minnetonka. The park is owned and managed by the city of Orono and was purchased by the city in 2006 from the Minnesota War Veterans after being used as a veterans camp since 1923. Property was acquired with financial assistance from the district in the form of a purchased conservation easement over the entire 56 acres. MCWD identified significant conservation values on the property, which include 7,500 feet of undeveloped shoreline, 7 wetlands, mature maple basswood forest, and a rich cultural history. The conservation easement is structured to protect these significant natural features while also allowing for sustainable outdoor recreation and educational opportunities. The Big Island Nature Park Management Plan was cooperatively developed by the district and City of Orono staff and adopted by both our board and Orono City Council in 2011. The management plan provides a structure for defining and managing these natural resources. The full 56-acre easement is outlined in blue. The recreation areas are designated in red and make up 11 acres of the property. The remaining 45 acres are categorized as natural areas. As stipulated by the easement, the natural areas of the park have more restricted, permitted, and prohibited uses, such as no permanent structures, creation of new trails, or alterations to native vegetative cover. The recreation areas are less restricted under the easement and allow for those aforementioned changes. The boundaries of those recreation areas are based on building and footing locations from previous land uses, such as the Veterans Camp. To orient programmatically, matters concerning Big Island Nature Park are addressed by the Project Maintenance and Land Management Program. The district contributed to the purchase of the property, holds the conservation easement, and has made shoreline restoration, bluff stabilization, and improvement projects on Big Island as a whole. PML and staff inspects the easement biannually and has been coordinating with Orono City staff on the most recent proposed improvements for Big Island Nature Park. Stepping back a bit, in late 2017, the City of Orono developed an initial concept plan for phased improvements for Big Island Nature Park. The board reviewed 2 versions of the concept plan and raised concerns regarding permanent structures, specifically picnic tables and trail barriers in natural areas, and vandalism concerns throughout the park. At that time, the board then directed staff to closely engage with city staff through the remainder of the design process for park improvements to ensure consistency with the conservation easement. In December 2019, City of Orono staff provided the district with 60 and 80% design plans and asked for review and comment. Orono City staff has been responsive to the board's previous concerns regarding the concept plans. These changes are reflected in the 80% design plans, which are in conformance with the easement and management plan. Staff will walk you through the proposed improvements, starting with the natural areas. The primary improvement is conversion of existing trails to ADA standards in 2 locations. In addition, the installation of removable bollards combined with stone boulders and the replacement of an existing sign is proposed near the beach. This is a photo of existing trail conditions. Existing trails are approximately 6 feet wide and will be converted to ADA standards by adjusting grades and laying a crushed limestone surface that city staff will maintain and refresh as necessary. Tree protection will be provided for, and currently no tree removals are proposed. Moving forward, staff will continue to track the forthcoming tree protection plan and construction details for the ADA trail conversion process. These are the details for the removable bollards and stone boulders. The bollard base will be installed within the trail alignment, and the above-ground portion will be attached in the fall at the last maintenance visit of the season, and then reinstalled in the spring during the first, or removed, excuse me, in the spring during the first maintenance visit of the season. Stone boulders will be used in conjunction with those removable bollards to minimize waste to deter the unauthorized vehicle use. This is a photo of the existing sign that's been identified for replacement, and a draft example of an interpretive panel with a wayfinding component. And that concludes the 3 types of improvements proposed within the natural areas of the park. Next, we'll step through the improvements proposed for the 2 recreation areas. The first set of improvements are proposed for the area outlined in purple, where the existing city docks are located. And here we've rotated the plan set 90 degrees just for clarity to illustrate the improvements of the visitor entrance near the docks. The amenities proposed include establishing ADA trails from the city docks to the Welcome Center and connections to the 2 previously shown trail systems. In addition, the entrance sign will be replaced and a vault toilet installed. In the upper right, that same style sign as the one located at the beach is to be replaced with an interpretive panel, including wayfinding, and also shown as the Welcome Center building, which was refurbished in 2018 and will house future interpretive signage designed for the park. The proposed vault toilet is the standard design utilized by the Three Rivers Park District, and it's ADA accessible. It's a precast concrete structure which is vandal resistant and not connected to the septic system. The city's maintenance requirement will require periodic pumping of the facility. The other set of improvements is proposed for the overlook, which is also a designated recreation area. This is a photo of existing conditions at the overlook. At this location, improvements include a shade structure with picnic tables and a possible second vault toilet. The shade structure and picnic tables are also to be constructed from durable, vandal-resistant precast structures. And that concludes the overview of the improvements in the recreation areas. Next, staff will summarize the process used to evaluate the 80% design plan. This is a snapshot of the conformance analysis which was provided in your board packet. Staff utilized this criteria to review the proposed improvements under the guidelines of the conservation easements and the management plan. And as mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, the 80% design plans incorporate the concerns that the board had previously addressed, and proposed improvements are in conformance with the easement and management plan. So for next steps, we will document the district staff and board review of 80% design, sending a memo to the city with the conformance analysis and any comments from the board's review. And once 90% design is received, staff will apply the same analysis and present to the board for review at the February 13th, 2020 meeting. 95% design will also go to Orono City Council on February 24th, 2020. And with that, we can take any questions.
Picnic tables are just on the grass, or you're gonna put
They're
a
going to
concrete
be
thing that bolt them down, or are they gonna be movable?
under the shade structure. There will be a concrete base, and the concrete precast structures will sit on top of the concrete base underneath the shade structure. And that should be detailed more fully in the 95% design.
So are the tables movable then? They're gonna be stationary?
Manager Maxwell, I don't think you'll be able to pick up the concrete.
Oh, they're gonna be bolted to the concrete?
We believe so. That was what staff had indicated. Even if they aren't bolted, I assume they're going to be rather heavy.
They're made of concrete.
They are, yes.
Oh, okay, they're, okay, all right.
The entire picnic
They
table
say
is
that,
I
concrete.
just missed that.
Sorry.
No, I was, that's the same thing.
Okay.
When the bollards come out, is there do they fill the hole with gravel? How do they prevent erosion?
There's actually, President White, there's actually just a little metal cap that closes over the hole where the bollard sits. So it'll just close over, and that'll be within that existing triangle alignment where the crushed limestone will be. So it'll just be flush with the crushed limestone surface.
The detail in the upper left shows the receiver essentially for the bollard that has the little flag.
And that stays in place then?
That stays in place as it grades.
I wondered how that worked.
Any other comments or questions? Thank you very much, both of you, for keeping tabs on this for us. Appreciate it. Move over to you, Mr. Whisker, for your report.
Thank you, President White, managers. Everybody should have in front of them, courtesy of Manager Miller, who must have rated City Hall and About Time magazine from the city of Medina. If you turn to page 46, there's a really great write-up of Arden Park with some quotes from the neighborhood and their perspective on the park. People talking about not really realizing there was a park there before and just how visibly accessible the park is. How great the perspective of the creek is from the creek if you're a kayaker. They pulled some of the kayak communities at kayakthecreek.com, and then just people's perspectives on the active parts of the park improvement, the shelter, and those sorts of things. It's a really great write-up, and Laura's quoted in there a bunch. So. And while we're on the topic of Arden Park, September 12th, as part of a construction update, Laura had briefed the board on, we were tracking issues with drawdown in the stormwater facilities that are located within the park. Those are offline right now, so they're not receiving drainage from France Avenue while the vegetation gets established, but they are receiving local drainage from Minnehaha Boulevard. We've done some investigation, and PERCTAS staff and Wenk have. And during all those gully washing rain events that we had while the park was being built, some of the side slopes from the basin sloughed, and we've got impermeable soils along the bottom. So Wenk is working with staff and the contractors to get out there and basically remove that material, and we shouldn't have too big of an issue. So that work's expected to take place in the spring. The dam was closed on December 23rd, which is one of the latest closures that we've had, and as part of the listserv and email distribution, that went out to all 29 communities, posted to our website. Tiffany and staff are actively coordinating right now with Hennepin County Emergency Management and projecting to host a series of informational meetings over the winter, where we'll be bringing in Public Works and community staff from all of our 29 communities to identify the risk of spring flooding, which is fairly high, and proactively identify roles and responsibilities. If we've got ice jams, how we're going to get the dam open early, that sort of thing. So stay tuned for more communication on that. President White had mentioned that we met with Commissioner Green and Callison. We have another meeting with Hennepin County Commissioners coming up, Commissioner Fernando, on January 15th, just to provide a routine briefing on the district's work, where we're going in 2020, discuss opportunities for partnership, and in coordinating with Commissioner Fernando's staff ahead of the meeting, she's expressed a desire to learn more about high water, Grays Bay Dam, and our role with Hennepin County in climate adaptation. So we'll report back on that. Citizens Advisory Committee meeting number 11 is scheduled for Tuesday, January 21st. That's the Minneapolis Park and Rec Board, CAC, for the Minnehaha Parkway. That's going to happen on January 21st, 6 to 8 p.m., the Nokomis Community Center. That's anticipated, although I've heard this before, to be the final CAC meeting where they're reviewing and finalizing concepts before that then starts to make its way to the park board for official action and recommendation for approval for the master plan. A couple of last notes here. Tiffany is going to be, she said here, co-presenting with me, so I've got work to do, with St. Louis Park staff on January 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. at St. Louis Park City Hall. We've been working with the city manager over there, public works and engineering staff, and a council member who's representing folks around Twin Lake that have questions and concerns over the city and the district's past investment in Twin Lake. We did a project a number of years ago to dredge, improve stormwater, and reestablish vegetation, and they've had, over time, just concerns about the lily pad on the lake and their ability to recreate. So that's something that we've been having ongoing conversations around. Council member and city staff have invited us to help co-present our findings about the project. So we'll be reviewing the concepts sort of for options for lily pad management and the city's role in all of that. Like I said, January 28th, 6 to 8 p.m., St. Louis Park City Hall. And then on January 22nd, I think I mentioned this previously, Tiffany is presenting along with Hennepin County and others at the Climate Adaptation Conference, our multi-agency partnership to manage water levels, predict, forecast, and manage flooding on the lake and in the creek. And Happy New Year.
Any questions from Mr. Whisker? We are adjourned.